Okay, welcome everybody. Was it Monday, January 22nd, I believe? And we are on here to do our weekly health coach training. And our topic for tonight is client acquisition, basically meaning how do we help more people get healthy? What steps do we take in order to do that? So, I came up with a fun idea, and I was visiting with Marissa earlier today. Um, Instead of me just sitting here telling everybody or suggesting things, which I do have some different tools up my own sleeve that I love to do to be able to help people, I thought it would be fun to go around the room, the Zoom room, and each one of us just share our most favorite tip or our most favorite way that we'd love to be able to reach more people. Okay, because how many of us are on here? 13. So that would be 13 tips that we would be given tonight. Because here we've got a week. I forgot to count how many days we have left. Someone tell me how many days we have left to the end of the month. 10? More than 10?
I
15?
think
12?
nine.
Nine.
Yeah, and I used to be an engineer. You think I would know. Okay. Anyway, so we have 9 days. 9 pretty effective, it's over a week. It's like a week and a half that we can, everyone on here, I've mentored with a lot of you on my own team. Marissa mentored with the rest of you. We all have big goals, and we're all just working on it one step at a time. So this will help. Tonight will help, as we really focus in on the end of the month and helping, crush our own goals. And just giving each other our most favorite tip. Like, what do we like to do to be able to make, how it is at the end of the month, we all get that fire. Like, ooh, I want to help as much, as many more people as I can. What's that tip that you use? Okay. Is everybody open to that? Up for that? Give me a thumbs up, y'all. Okay. I'm sitting here in Panera if you like. Okay. Who would like to start? And Kaylee, since you're, and how new is, here, let me mute everybody. How new is Brooke, Marissa? Oh, I just muted you, son. Make sure you unmute yourself.
I've been around for a while, but function as a newbie is the best way to describe me.
Okay, totally get that. Okay, totally understand. Okay, so don't feel the pressure, Brooke or Kaylee. You guys, are new or getting things up and running. If you want to give a tip or something that maybe you're thinking of, go, feel free. But if you just want to soak things in, that's definitely okay. Okay. I don't want to put you on the spot. Okay.
And then Laura, do you mind if I just say one thing that we talked about today that was an idea? And then just so that you don't feel overwhelmed or anything, we were talking about that we thought it would be good to write down your favorite 2 to 4 thing ideas that people have, and then apply 1 to 2 of them this week, and then apply 1 to 2 of them next week. That way you're not trying to do 10 different things, because then it's hard to do 10 different things super well.
Yeah.
So come up with oh my gosh, yeah, that's a great idea. I could definitely do that. And then you can work with your mentor if you need extra help with that.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I meant to say too. Just focus on 1 or 2 things and just rock those things. And then next week's a new week, and you can tackle a couple other things for next week. Okay. They always say each week to pick your top 3 tasks that you want to accomplish. Make it doable for yourself. So when you think about it, that goes with anything, any goal setting. Is just think of those top 3 things you want to crush that week, and that's doable. When you're crushing it, times 4, that's 12 things in 1 month. That's a big deal. So that's getting a lot done. So, okay, who would like to start with their most favorite tip? You don't want me to? No, I'll go last. I'm going to go last. I'll top it off at the end because I want to see what everybody else has to say. Do I need to call on you guys? Emily, you want to go first?
I already put my own ready.
Okay.
So I used to have a lot of trouble having phone numbers. So I'd set up a conversation and we'd be talking on Messenger. And then to get that phone number, are you guys hearing me? Get that phone number from them and put them in my calendar. So what I do is when I get to that point, I just say, I have time tomorrow evening at 4:00, and if you send me your number, and I'll add you to my calendar. And putting that part of add me to your calendar has been the best thing, because they automatically send their number to me now, instead of you feel like you have to beg for it. So send me your number. Hey, I haven't got your number yet. Okay, well, it's time for the meeting. I still don't have your number. So, I'm going to add you to my calendar, but I can't do it until you give me your number. That puts some necessity behind it. So that's a lot easier for me.
That is very good. Do you send them with your iPhone? This is for iPhone users. Do you send them the appointment on your iPhone? Oh, that's just email. Never mind. Okay. No, but I like that. That's a really good tip. And that twist makes it sound very professional,
Well, and then when I'm booking them in my calendar, I go ahead and copy and paste the phone number, their name and phone number along with it, so I have them in there, and I don't have to go looking for it.
Easy, quick access. Very cool. Tanya, that's a good tip for you, because you were talking about that, like, how that closing that gap, like they're all excited to talk, and then when you ask for their number, they kind of like fizzle away. They get scared and cold feet. So that would be a great follow-up tip. Okay. Who's next? Angela, you go. We have all kinds of things.
Okay. So client acquisition, like what are good ways to get more like involvement, engagement, things like that?
Correct.
Does it need to be social media, or just what do you think?
Whatever has worked for you. Like you've had these moments where you want to reach out and help us, more people. What do you feel like has been a really good tip that's really helped you expand?
I mean, I find that when I engage someone else's success and I love up on them. So for example, like Sabrina's story, just when I share her success and then people will comment, I'll love up on them too. And I'll give them kind of compliments. So I feel like the more that you're supporting and sharing that support, like even if it's in person, but I've had the most success with getting engagement with new clients whenever they're loving up on somebody else that has shared success and they're wanting to know about it too. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, and I think I'm gonna try to pull up your Facebook while we're on here and show them the little post that you always do with your clients.
How I do the blog.
Yeah. I think that has been pretty big for you, right? It seems like they get a lot of action. So what she's saying is that, and I agree with her, and that's honestly how I get a lot of new clients as well, is that I have a lot of clients that are just really engaged with their progress, and usually that week 2 mark, we talked about week 2 last week, they're all excited. And here's my tip. Here's one of my tips is I pick a day of the week that I celebrate my folks. And so what I did was I created Transformation Tuesday. So I will purposefully tomorrow post 4 or 5 stories about my clients. It could be something short and sweet. It could be a non-scale victory. It could be something. And so how that works is usually Mondays when I make my calls, they'll tell me something exciting. So I was like, oh my gosh, I make it a big deal. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're doing amazing. I'm so excited for you, blah, blah. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about me sharing your success and celebrating you tomorrow for Transformation Tuesday? And they're all excited. They have no idea what that means, but they're like, yeah. They're like, okay, that sounds great. And I'm like, all right, I'll post it tomorrow. Can't wait to celebrate. They'll get so much love. It's going to feel so good. The curriculum's going to be awesome. Anyway, and that's what I do. And I do it every Tuesday. So like while I have stories coming in or thing, I automatically think, okay, here, I got another story for Tuesday. I already have my story set up for tomorrow. And and Angela does the same thing. So when you get people involved and people are celebrating, they're seeing their posts, you have referral after referral and pop, pop, pop. Okay. So that's another way. While the next person goes, I'll pull up Angela's, I'll pull up her Facebook so you can see what it is we're talking about. It's very simple, but I always ask my clients permission. But when I ask them permission, that's how I do it. I say, ooh, can I celebrate you for this? And you could do Wellness Wednesday. You could do Transformation Thursday. You could do whatever, or Fabulous Friday. You can pick whatever day you want, but I'm going to tell you, if you do pick a day, be consistent, okay? Because people will watch. So every Tuesday, I always do Transformation Tuesday. I even announce it in the morning. I'll say, I can't wait for Transformation Tuesday. It's here again. Look out for some stories. So that's the way to celebrate your people, give them some love, and then also increase your referrals. Way to go, Angela. Good job. Okay, who's next? Misty.
I'm gonna try not to sneeze, okay? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love loving on people. So when I talk to them, I try to pick out something that they're telling me. Like the other Saturday, I was talking to a girl named Heather down in Texas. And, you know, she was telling me about the things that she's trying to do right. You know, she's young and so, you know, it's just encouraging her to keep doing those things that are right. You know, and on Facebook, some of you know that I didn't have much of a Facebook presence on purpose until I became a coach. So now I'm just really trying to be consistent at putting things on Facebook every day and making them mine, being who I am. I was listening to that before, and I thought, yeah, I'm trying to do that and just love on people. That's what I'm doing.
I love that. They just talked about that last week in the call, and they're right. Just be yourself. Like, you know, we always have the blitz that Patty has posted for us to help, but you can take that blitz and make it your own, you know, like twist it around. Or I know Emily has like gone and found like different images, just, you know, something similar, but like she'll kind of steal the idea and then twist it for yourself. People just want to know how your life is, honestly. And so the more people see your life and your healthy life, they're going to be drawn to that. And that creates excitement, especially through Facebook. So
that's a struggle that I have because really, you know, my life is, I feel like my life is really boring. So letting people, coming up with things that I think are worth putting out there have been a struggle for me. So, I mean, that's something I'm working on every day. Finding something in my day that isn't, I did the laundry today. Or
hey, that's neat points. Hello. But yeah,
hello.
but that's something that we can, Emily and I could work on with you in mentorship is kind of, I also do that too, is each day there's kind of like a theme, you know, whether it's eating the recipe or it's being active or, you know, doing something with the boys or whatever. And so Emily and I, and this goes for everybody, is like you can kind of come up with that pattern of how you want to display your life.
Okay.
You know, Motivation Monday, like what do you want to do that's motivating that day? Or like Tasty Tuesday, you know, share with people, you know, the lean and green that you're having that night with your family. Or Wellness Wednesday, you know, do like, you know, a workout or something simple, you know, some type of wellness action, you know, it's just stuff like that where you can like, you know, tip for Thursday, you know, it's just stuff like that where you can kind of lay out your week. And then that way, when you wake up that day, you know, okay, I need to do something exercise related today. So I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to go do this, or you can kind of give your week a theme. And then that way you kind of have a pattern. You start to create that pattern.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love that.
Okay. Oh, let me show you guys Angela's page really quick. Okay, you see that there? That Alyssa post? So see, it's something like that. Just very simple. Here's another one she did. Her first goal, 20 pounds. I mean, we just use that basic posting. It's bold. It's simple. There's not a lot to it. But yet those bold posts that come across like that are pretty eye-opening as well. I mean, see? I mean, it just gets... People just get excited about that stuff. So here's another one. You can put proud coach, you just start to kind of brand yourself as well. So that's what we mean by, so when I do my Transformations Tuesday, I might have a couple of those, and then a couple stories, a couple non-scale victories. So just love up on your clients. It's a very simple way to draw people in. Okay, who's next? Laura, do you want to go? You're smiling. You know I'm calling you. I'll unmute you. Okay, go. Okay, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Probably what has helped me the most is actually getting out of the house and being around people and engaging them. So if they talk about, they've seen, whether it's people or don't know, if they've seen a change in you, start a conversation with them and let them know, what you've been doing. Does that make sense? So basically, if it's someone and they say, hey, you look great. What have you been doing? So go into, what you've been doing with yourself and be excited about it. And a lot of times they will inquire about it, or, you get their number and give them a call and talk about the program. Other times, if, people will see you in groups and know who you are either from Facebook, and some people have, just walked up and asked, hey, can you tell me what you've been doing, what's going on?
Very good. Well, we were just talking about this last week. Like when people, this can go for anybody. When people just ask you, hey, how are you doing? Well, you can either brag about your own health journey, or you can brag about coaching and use a client for an example. I do that all the time. So people come up to me, hey, Laura, how's it going? I'll be like, oh, it's going great. I'm so excited. Just got off the phone with one of my clients. I've been having a coaching fun. It's January. It's a crazy month, but just got off the phone. One of my clients just got off for diabetes medication. I don't know. I'll use one of my clients' stories to share how I'm doing. And then I always throw the ball back and say, how are you? How are the kids? How's, whatever, however I know them. But Lori
and also sometimes,
oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me? And
Yeah.
also sometimes if you do have the brand name on you, some people will ask you, like, what is this Optavia? What do you have on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have my pants on right now. Can't see them, but they're
I know,
on.
you're always in it.
I know, I wear it everywhere. But Lori is so right though. Get out there. Like just get out. Like go do things. Go be in the community. Go, especially in winter time, it can be so hard. Like someone can say, hey, let's go out to dinner, let's go for coffee, or let's do this, and or come to my Tupperware party or whatever. And there's like, it's cold and you just be like, I don't feel like doing it. I know I've been that way before. But man, it is so, every time I go to something or I say yes to something, even if I don't feel like it or I'm tired or whatever, if I go, it always turns out awesome. You always have great conversations. I just went to this, our chamber always does this social every month and I skip out on it. So I'm like, I don't know. But I went. I actually went to meet with a client who invited me to go with her. I said, oh, okay, I'll stop by for a little bit. Oh my gosh, I was like attacked by like 4 or 5 different people, like a magnet. And it was just because I simply stopped by there for like half hour, just to see people talk, and that can go with anything. Kids, stuff with your kids, stuff with your spouse, family events, and just it can come up in a simple conversation. So use your own story or use your client's story. But that being said, too, always be interested in them. Ask a lot of questions. How's their life? How are their kids? How's work? I always make a point. I'll drop a seed about what I'm doing, but I immediately throw it back at them. And I just try to keep it focused on them, like how they're, just try to learn as many questions as I can. And people like that because they don't get to talk a lot about themselves. So when you take the time to ask those questions, it's nice for them. So very good, Lori. That's good. Tanya, what about you? I know you're brand spanking new too, girl. Hold on, let me unmute you. Okay, good. You're good.
Okay. So I only have 2 clients, so I'm
Stop. 2
I
amazing
know.
clients.
Yeah. Yeah, they are amazing. But the thing that I notice that I get the most, or I've had the most luck with, is my own personal Facebook posts, like about my meals, my meal prep. I'll get like a couple hundred comments, or not comments, but likes, and then a bunch of comments, about 30 or so. So that's been helpful to me, and I try to follow up on those. I'm learning. I'm working on it.
You're doing great. You're still a little newbie, and you're doing amazing.
Yes.
This is going to be a good month for you. I'm excited for you. You're doing great, and you're a great coach. So
thank you.
Very good. And yeah, she's very genuine and very much herself, and it does explode like crazy on her Facebook. It's nuts. So just being yourself. Good. Christy, what about you? I'll unmute you. Hold on. Maybe. Okay, there you go.
I don't know if I have anything different to share than what I've already heard. I just share my story. I share my clients' stories, and tell them what I'm doing.
I think for you, Christy, too, another big one has been your healthy happy hours.
That has been a good one.
Yeah, she's got the cutest little house. It's like a little cottage out in the woods, but she has that hospitality where she'll just have her clients over, have people over for healthy, lean and green appetizers, and just have a nice warm. She's even done the pizza crust and stuff like that, where it's just a more intimate setting, and that has grown for her, and also help her grow referrals as well. So, and strong clients. So that's one thing when I think of Christy, I think of that. So. Okay. Carrie, what about you? Your brand. Oh, and let's celebrate Carrie for a second. She just hit senior coach yesterday, so she's excited. What about you, Carrie? Even though you're brand spanking new, what's been big for you?
Well, the biggest thing for me was because I talk to a lot of people and I have a large network, and I've been plugged into a lot of different things. Was really just setting the call, not being all over the place, but just setting the call. So giving my availability and just setting it right away within a day or two, not leaving it so open. So that was really helpful for me.
Yes, because I remember she had a lot of people messaging her, but she just wasn't, I hate to say closing the deal. That's not the right words, but kind of like what Emily was saying earlier, just being able to get the actual call set up itself. It was just kind of left open. So we worked on that, and that seemed to change things for her quite a bit. So very good.
For sure.
Who's left? Julie, are you available? Or are you taking care of baby? She might be taking care of this baby. Oh, here she comes.
I am currently in the dark because I'm trying to put Isidore to sleep because we have influenza in the house. So.
Do you want us to skip you for now, or do you want to give your tip?
Please.
Okay.
Let me get Isidore to sleep,
okay.
hopefully.
Okay, you go later. Okay, awesome. And then is Marcy on, or she may just be listening? Okay. Marissa, do you want to give your tip, or you want me to give mine, or mine?
Okay, is Marcy there?
I'm on.
Oh, she's there.
Marcy signed up so many new clients this month.
I have like 6 clients this month.
Yeah,
hey, girl, share the wealth.
Yeah, she's on fire this month.
And
yeah, why don't you share?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with this one client that just happened to be one of those perfect clients that does everything you suggest and follows the program to a T, and we check in. Everything is just right. You know, it doesn't always work that way. And then guiding her along and teaching her how to make referrals, which a couple of them fell through because they weren't done correctly. You know how that is. Sometimes they just they explain the program for you, and then the client's not there anymore. or they don't answer the call, whatever, when you call back. But she finally got it and connected me on a 3-way call, and that was how the referrals started coming in. So one client led to another. Of course, we offered her health coaching, but she's not ready yet. But I think that that's going to happen. She's just not ready yet. So, yeah. And then I've been basically really kind of going back to my contact list, and some of them that were not ready during the holidays were reaching out to me on Facebook, so I recontacted them, and then they were ready. So, and they were very thankful that I did get back to them, because they were searching. Even with those little likes, that means something.
Right.
So, yeah, I would respond to those, and maybe I would private message them, asking them if they're ready to get healthy. And 2 of them said yes. One of them said February, and contacted the others. So that's how I got 6 this month.
Wow. Congratulations. You're on fire.
That's probably my biggest candidate month.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, good for you. Good for you. Well, great. I love all these tips. Marissa, do you want to share any, or do you want me to share some more?
Yeah, I'll share really quick. And then I'm gonna reference a video or a training that Doug Wood did recently, and you can post it on your team page if you want after this, if people want to do this. But I was starting to feel like, I don't know who else to reach out to from my Facebook, or the 3, 3, and 3. Like, what 3 new people am I gonna message? And so I was kind of starting to feel like that. And anyways, I watched this training that Doug did on using Facebook connections, and he suggested make a list of, go through your Facebook friends, and typically we don't health profile, look at friends that we could help, but in this case he suggested to do that and make a list of 150 friends from your Facebook, and then reach out to 10 at a time and just start engaging with them on their Facebook. And so I did that last week. And so now I've reached out to 80 people, and I had the flu and I was still able to do it because I just made my list and I did it on the contact worksheet. And so you just use each column. And so I've got my 100, and I think this holds 130. And then I just broke it down into 10 people at a time. And so every day I just looked at those 10 people, went to their Facebook. I go to their Facebook page. I comment on their stuff, oh, what a beautiful picture of your family, or whatever. Or if it's someone that I haven't talked to for a while, then just send them a message and just getting that connection going. And it's been awesome, because there's people that I had completely forgotten about, because going through Facebook friends when you've got thousands of Facebook friends can be really intimidating, but I just did it and took a little while, but it's been great. I started a few new clients this way, and like Doug said, because they'll see that you comment and then they'll start seeing your stuff on Facebook, because otherwise they're probably not seeing your stuff on Facebook because of the weird algorithms. So yeah, so that's something that I did per his recommendation, and it's been awesome.
And so all you do is just go on their page and engage. Do you privately message them or just engage on their Facebook?
Some of them I private message.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Some of them but if it's people that I see often, I am not private messaging them. I'm just commenting and engaging on their Facebook, and I'm going every 2 to 3 days back to their Facebook page and commenting more. So that way they're seeing my stuff. And then, like I said, if it's people that I haven't talked to for a while, then I'm sending them a message. But I was starting to feel with the 3, 3, and 3, I don't know who else to message, you know? But this really helped a lot. That was
really
a good idea.
I like just starting it off gradual, with the comments and the likes and stuff. And then.
Yep. Yeah, and he's just be authentic. Just be whoa, what a beautiful family. Or wow, and people that I was messaging, just hey, it's been forever. Or, what's new? I see you moved to Texas, or, just conversations like that. And you never know where it's going to go. And they said in messages, ask a question. So then that way they have a reason to respond.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And like when I've gotten stuck too with the 333, I will go and look on who's liking and commenting my stuff. And so sometimes, like, you know, like you were saying, kind of get stuck. You're like, okay, who do I like do now? I'll go, but that was going to be one of my tips, was just start with a fresh list. You know, just pull up. You know, does everybody know how to get to your friends on Facebook? Do you guys know how to do that? Sometimes people don't even know how to do that. If you go to, oh gosh, hold on, my phone's going to reset here. If you go to your Facebook and then you click on the bottom right corner, the little, just to get to like your list of, oh, you guys can't see it. See that list? Can you guys kind of see it, the list of main things? And you go, there should be a friends tab. If you click on the friends, that's where you can go and see all your friends that you have. I think you can even go to your own Facebook page. And let me look on here. You can go to your own Facebook page and there's a friends tab, like right towards the middle. You can see everybody. They're all listed in alphabetical order. You can go through the A's, you go through the B's, you go through that. But so the way, and Marissa's right. So the way you want to do that, and that was my biggest tip tonight, guys, was just to go make a fresh list. You know, if you pick, we've got 9 days. So if you even did 5 people a day, that's 45 people, or 50, or if you double it and do 10 a day, that's almost 100 people that you would drop a seed, and it works. It just works. I don't know how it works, but it just works. Because like she said, when you start commenting and liking, just go to your page, and this project, it takes about 15 minutes. If you just sit down with your list, pull out your phone, go like a couple pictures, comment on something, and then they'll see that first, so it's not creepy. Like if you do message them, they'll notice you liking. And then what I say is when I message them, depending on how I know them from college or grade school, however, I'll say, hey, Marissa, you just popped up on my news feed. I was wondering how the heck you're doing. I haven't talked to you forever. How's your husband? How are the kids? And, hope life is well, and, update me on how things are going. How's the job or something like that, whatever. But that's my wording I'll use, is you just popped up on my Facebook, on my news feed, and want to see how you were doing. So it all kind of makes sense. Like I started liking their stuff, and then I messaged them because they popped up on my news feed. Okay, so that's the wording you could use to kind of start it off, especially if you haven't talked to them in a long time. You can use that as your way into the conversation, and it would make sense. And it's crazy what the conversations lead to. And Marissa's right. If you always ask a question back, so they'll bounce the ball back to you. But then there's that next step, and you may be wondering, okay, well, how do I talk about coaching, or how does that even come up? Same thing. Just as if someone came up to you at the grocery store. What would you imagine that conversation? If that person walked up to you at the grocery store, what would you say? And when they say, well, how are you? Well, talk about your family, talk about your new healthy life, just things you're doing. And then for me, I usually say, oh, the boys are doing good, Darian's in first grade now, and, just busy bee, it's January, helping my healthy peeps get healthy and change their lives, and I just love it, and it's been so fun. How's your husband? How's his job? So, I'll drop the seed about my coaching and what I'm doing, how much fun I'm having, but I will immediately, throw the ball back to them and twist it right back to their story. Because I don't want it to be all about me. I'm interested in them. I want to know. I wanted to drop something about it, but yet not dwell on it, not be. Like Marissa said, you want to be genuine, authentic. You don't want to have any agenda, and the conversation may not lead to anything at the moment, but like Marissa said, your stuff will start popping up on their newsfeed. They'll start seeing the healthy recipes. They'll start seeing the transformation. So it might seem like a little tedious thing that you're doing, but man, it just explodes. It just explodes. So but like Marissa said, it's simple. Grab a piece of paper, number it 1 to 100, and just boom, 10 at a time. Take 15 minutes out of your day and block it like an appointment. Say, okay, this is going to be my 15 minutes every day. I'm going to work on my hundreds list. I'm going to drop my seeds. I'm going to give some Facebook love. and just make an appointment, and you'll just watch. It's like crazy. It's like magic. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking of it. Oh, and then the other tip I was going to say was just like what we talked about last week with your little referral letters and your little scholarships. If you haven't done that yet, this would be a great week to do it because they'd probably get to them, in the next few days. So they'd have some time for the end of the month. And my other tip was just sharing my clients' stories. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we try to do. I don't think so. I think those are the main things. That's how I help people. So yeah. So hopefully this was helpful, guys, tonight, and helping you with this next week ahead, and just be able to share your passion and help a lot more people get healthy. So and then Marissa, that would be amazing if you could you have that link from Doug Wood. That would be awesome. I will get that sent out to everybody. I'll get it posted on our Facebook page. That way you have it. Take a second. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I'll probably eat my lunch and watch while I eat my lunch. And then that would just be a great project. And we can keep each other, accountable. Share with each other how it's working. Is it, in our little Facebook Messenger? If it's share your success with your list and how it works. Okay, it's cool. It's awesome to hear. Just like we help people. Okay. All right, very good, everybody. Well, I will end the recording.